Hello, buddies. How are you, everyone? Welcome everyone to our revision class of episode 3 and 5, where in episode 3 we worked on item interaction and products, and in episode 5 we worked on customer AI, how we can purchase product and how customer can check out and the prices can be added to your account or the store currency. So many of you guys has given some complaints, or I will say request, that you guys are not able to catch up what I actually explained in those episodes. So this episode I will try to show you guys from scratch, I mean, with coding, that how we wrote all those codes so that you guys can learn. Now, as this episode is a compilation of two big episodes, because each of them, I guess, more than 1.5 hours. So this video gonna be long, but here I will try to explain with coding that how I made all those things, how you can achieve if you missed my explanation, how you can write the codes, and if you missed the request ceremony, so that means that you guys haven't joined our Discord server yet. So link in the description, go check out and join our Discord so that you can also directly contact with me, share me your requirements, share me your confusing parts from the videos, and also you can request me for any kinds of video suggestion or tips and tricks. So go check out and join our Discord. So let's start today's episode. Now, before we do this, I will close all the tabs because today I want you guys to see how we can make everything. Now, first thing first, let's go back to episode 3 where we made item interaction and products. So here you will understand how I will explain. So I'm not gonna make everything duplicate for you guys, but I will show scratch that how you can make your things. So first we made boxes. So let's go to master boxes. Okay, first we made master items actually. So let's go to items and our master items which we made earlier at the very beginning. So here, first thing you will need to add is a static mesh. So whoever missed or didn't understood episode 3 and 5 and requested for this revision class, I will encourage you give full focus so that this time you don't miss anything, and don't again come and request that, okay brother, we missed this part, please recap for us again. So I'm showing from scratch. So first thing you need is the static mesh. Just select. So as we have our item mesh, this is the static mesh component, you can see. So the first thing is we don't add anything here because we will add them in the child class. After that, what we need is, you can see our begin graph is event graph is also empty. So here we did nothing. You can see no function, nothing. We will just take a integer variable called item price per unit, and the value will be 0 by default. So that's it for the master item. Then what we will do is, from the master item we will just go create child blueprint class. So this one, it will be like item, so you can give any name. So I'm just showing one by one. So we take our master classes, which are these, and let's go, let's say we created this, you can see BP master item is the parent class. So this is our master, child class, BP item 1. So here, for every class we have, for every BP item class you declare, we will be needed this class item, I mean variable, which will be, let me take another one for you. Let's say class item. So this one will be BP master item class reference. So you can see the same thing we did. So this will be our master item class reference, and same thing you need to declare in every other one. So if I open BP item 2, you can see class item 2 is here. If I open BP item 3, you can see class item is here. Beside this, we will be needed to do one more thing. So now here, when we click on this BP item shelf, you can see we have this class item 1, and we have uh, our item price per unit. So from here, what we are doing is we are assigning our prices. So just assume like this product, this particular individual product I'm talking about, think like what the price you want to set for this. So I am setting 5 per unit price. This one I set 2 because this one is a chips. This one I guess is a cornflakes kind of thing, and this one is like a chocolate box or a mac and cheese. So you can see, so based on your product you can set this item price per unit. So pretty obvious thing we have created. So now let's go to our master item is complete. You have now all our master items. This one I will explain. So these four you already, I hope you understand that how we created our master item. Very common thing, very normal thing. We didn't, I mean, there is no rocket science we did here. So it's pretty obvious. Now let's go to our product boxes and let's make our master boxes. So this is our master boxes class, where the first thing we need again a static mesh component. So just go and call for static mesh. Yeah, this one. So and select this. So this will be our static mesh component, which is our box mesh component. You can rename so that you can understand what you are calling whenever we are using this. So this time here, I mean, you can select any box, any mesh you want. I had this box mesh in my convey. I actually forgot the name. So this one, this convenience store, the pack I showed in you episode 1, how I got this. So I have that. So here, this one, if I show, so you can see that this box mesh, I'm just dragging and dropping. So this thing I just taken. After that, here you will see we did nothing, nothing else. So just simple. One thing you will be needed is pickup collision. So this pickup collision, I guess we don't need this. But anyway, as I have for now, you can keep that, but we didn't use this in our code yet, so you can choice to remove, because few things I forgot to remove. So I am just explaining what we are using, what we, I mean, I forgot to remove earlier. So this one I forgot to remove. You can either keep, either skip, it's up to you. So after that, our box master box is done. Just close it. Then what we will do, we will just create 3 master box child class like this. Create child class, it will be created. Let's see. Okay, open full blueprint editor. Here you will see something interesting, that all our these boxes, if you see closely, all our these boxes are the same box we have declared. So this is the main mesh we are using. This is the main material of this product. Then you can ask that how these things came. Very good. If you have this question in mind, so let's click here, and this was the material for this. So let's open this. Now we have opened this thing. Let's close the master box thing. So here you will see that we have coloring. So this thing actually I used here, but for this particular thing, you can see I have created 3 material instances. Create material instances. I have created this mi cardboard box, 3 more instances, which is called mi cardboard box instance 1 and instance 2. And these three, if I open, you can see every materials we have this one. So this part I just clicked and changed the color. So after that, when I applied this on here, so those materials I applied here, you can see our box color has changed. So here we have only this work to do. So let's close our master box part. So you can see now we have, this is our master box and we have these. So now we have our box, we have our items. Now what? Because we need to tell our box that you need to assign, I mean, you need to store or stack the items we have, or the items we tell you to stack inside you, right? So for that purpose, first thing is we need here uh, item spawner. So this is our item spawner, which is actually not item spawner, this is actually box spawner. So this will spawn the box in your let's rename it because it can go confusing for you. So this is our box spawner. So here actually by using these, what we are doing is, if I drag and drop this one in the map and press G, so you can see okay, we have already customer paths here. So let's see. So here as we have our box spawner, so once we select our order, you have seen in episode 4 that we have created all the UI parts for our items to be ordered and placed here. So when we order an item, so the box will be spawned here. So that's the work of this box spawner. So now as we have that in our scene, if you followed episode 5, you will see we put the box spawner this time outside our map. I mean outside our store, because we don't want our boxes to be spawned inside here. It will be like, I mean, you can, I'm assuming that if you are making a supermarket simulator, you can have, of course, trucks, delivery trucks, which will come and place items here like any other simulator game. You see that when you order products, a truck come and then it drops the product for you guys to carry and place. So that's the thing here also happening if you see closely. But yes, of course I didn't make the track, so that's up to you guys. If you want to make your track system, you can follow other tutorials and make the track, because I already said this multiple times that I am trying to show you path, that how you can achieve a proper supermarket simulation. My purpose is not to show you step by step how you can make a simulator game. That's up to you guys, because if you search in YouTube or any other platform, you will see these instruction nobody is providing. So my purpose is to provide you this instruction that how you can achieve the goal, but you need to experiment your own to make your goal fulfill. It's not my duty actually. So anyway, we have our box spawner. So let's see how we made our box spawner code. First thing first, default route, you just go here, take an arrow, sorry, you can take an arrow. So once you click the arrow, you will place this arrow here. Now this arrow may look, you can click the arrow and you can adjust the size if you want. It's up to you. Don't change the scale, because of course I will show why. You will be needed few variables which I am showing how I have declared. So first thing first, in the begin play, from your get player character cast to your third person character and then promote it to a player variable. So this player variable remains your player characters. In my case it's third person, in your case it can be any other character name you have given. So your player character reference will be taken. This is our player variable. Then we will be needed few things. So first thing we are doing is declare spawn item boxes. So let me if you in case if you uh, don't understand how I made the custom event, so let's say test. I'm just giving it a name and let call it test. Here I will have a master item class reference. I will give it the same name item class. You can see here same name. Then I will get an integer value of box count. Now what are the use of these two inputs? Item class will tell what item to spawn. You can see spawn actor. The box count is how many number of boxes you want to spawn. So for this, first thing first, I will drag these because I want the arrow to be the position where we will spawn our boxes. After that, get world transform, and you can see we have our transform now. Now break our transform because we will be needed many things to do. So I'm not sure why this car is honking so much. So the first thing first we need here, if you see here, because I am showing what we did earlier and I am again showing how to write if in case if you don't know, because few of our audiences are very much beginners, so maybe I'm assuming they don't know how to declare things properly, so I'm showing. So you can see here we have taken a for loop. So first thing first, we will take a for loop. Now if you see, I have written for loop, not for each loop. So this is the flow control for loop we will take, and the first index will be 0, the last index will be box count minus 1. Let's double check if we did. Yes, we did the same. So that's it. So because it will count if you have ordered 3 boxes, so the box count value will be in 3. Now in coding you know that it start count from 0. So if it's 3 the value of box count, that it will try to spawn 4 times the item classes because it will go from 0 1 2 3. But we have requested for 3 boxes, so technically from coding perspective it will be 0 1 2. So that's why we use the minus 1 integer. After that we will be needed, first thing first, in the loop body we will be needed spawn actor from class. So here the class we will spawn will be item class. The spawn transform we will break. We will also break this to this. We will do this. Now, if you see here, what I did is for the X and Y, we have attached the same thing. So here we will attach the same thing because we don't have any changes in our X and Y. Now, this thing is important for you guys. In my video, if you see closely, but what is happening, let me tell. If now we have, let's say, 3 items to be spawned, 3 boxes to be spawned. So what it will do is, uh, let me check, I guess master, yeah, that's what I assume. So let's rename this to box class. This one also will be box class because we are spawning actually master box, not our master items, because we are here to spawn the box. That's why we rename from item spawner to box spawner. So anyway, so here what I was saying, that if you see closely, right now if we order 3 boxes and if we set our transform, or let's say I connect these directly here, now what will happen, the rotation will be same. So what will happen, the scale will be same. Now for the z value, why we did this, we could have done in x or y. If we don't do this, what will happen, the box or the three boxes you have will spawn on the same location, or will try to be spawned on the same location. Now, if you don't change this collision handle from default to, if you change, let's say, always spawn ignore collision, then what will happen? You will see in the map you have only one box, but there are actually three boxes on the same location because it is ignoring collision. If you set try to adjust location but always spawn, what it will do, after you spawn the first one, the second one can be anywhere here and there because it is trying to spawn this but changing its position automatically. So for these particular bugs, we don't want this. So that's why in my case I am doing this with z value so that my boxes remains one above one another. If you want to go sidewise, you can work with y value. If you want to go with forward, you can work with x value. So this way you can tell your item spawner that where to spawn the actual item when another item is already there. So if you see here, always ignore. If you want, you can do, else you, the best option is to try to adjust location but always spawn. So let's compile save. So this time, now what is this next box position? So this next box position, if I go here, uh, let me see. Okay, I didn't enable this to instance editable. So in this case, you will see that my value is 0. That means I haven't set anything or any boxes. Any value actually. I haven't set any value. But if you want, you can set your value. Now, how you can set your value, this part I will show now. So as we don't want our spawner to be edited from the map, so instance editable is not needed. Now you will see we have our box spawn. So once our box is spawned, we'll first take this next box position. Then we will add a value, and any value you can see that I have calculated that if I place a box, let's say I'm dragging this. This is not box spawner, so I'm dragging to the boxes now. Move. Okay. So if I go to boxes, if you see that the first one I place, after that the second one I will try to place, I will adjust its height. I will adjust its height and oh sorry. Wait. Yeah. You can see that I want the second box to be placed here. Not here actually, like this. So first click here. You can see the z value is almost 148.84 something. Now click on this, you will see its value. Now you can subtract from this value to this value, you will get an exact position where you want to place your next box. So that calculation I actually did here. So in my case, my mesh size uh, shows me that my value 36.5 is good enough, so that's the value I gave. So here we will again give 36.5. Then we will set this here. Now what is happening, let's understand that once this particular event we are calling, It is first say watching what is the box class. After that, the box count minus 1 calculation I already explained. In for loop, it will spawn that, let's say it is box count is 2, means 0 1 is the count. So I mean 0 1 2 is the count. So as we are doing, I mean 1 2 is the count actually. Box count integer always count. So box count is 2. Now we want the array to be worked from 0 to 1 because we don't want from 0 to 2. Then it will place 3 items. So minus 1, you understand the calculation. Then what we are doing, that loop body we are spawning, means if we are calling for 2 boxes to be spawned, first time it will spawn, the value will be 0. After that, second time it will try to spawn, it will come here, it will see that the value is 0. We are adding with 36.5, and we are setting this next box position here. So second time this value will be 36.5. So second time when it is trying to spawn the box, it will spawn above this first box with this value, that z plus this 36.5. That will be the z value of the next box. So that's what we did here. Now as we have already have this, I'm just removing this because I just trying to explain. Now this one, all boxes picked up. This one we will explain why we need this, but for now just understand what we did. From player we have a variable inside player. uh, Let me go to our player. So here we have the variable inside store, that what variable it is, order pending to pick. So this variable you can see order pending to pick. If you want, you can pause the video here and you can see all the variables we have declared. You can actually declare all the variables in your player character. I'm explaining in short that this current store level is integer value. Current store currency is also integer value. You can see the default values also. This one, the store level is 0, because when we start our game we want our current store level to be 0. We will upgrade the store later stages, but right now it will be 0. So current currency, we are giving every player $1,000. So you can see this is 1,000. Order pending to pick, you can see false. Box remaining, again an integer value 0. Is holding box, this is also boolean with false. Accepted range to box interaction is 500. Just give them, we will discuss in few moments what are their use. BP shelf stack is the reference of our BP shelf stack. Box item data table is the reference data table, and here we will assign our box item. Sorry. So the current box will be BP master box type. Item class will be BP master item class type. Store hard will be the store hard object reference, and can open door is the boolean. So these are all the variables we have already declared. Now if you want, you can follow and declare all the variables. Else wait, I will explain where what variable will be needed. For now we need just this order pending to pick, so you can just declare this variable. Then from player we are dragging and setting it to false, and here this value we are setting back to 0, because once our packing or spawning is done, next time when we spawn, if we don't clear this, as we are using the same spawner, the value can be, let's say for our previous scenario. So our previous scenario we had two boxes. So first box will be spawning in the z value 0, because the value will be 0 by default. Then it will be 36.5. So we can assume that next time when we are using this item box spawner, the value will be 36.5, which we don't want. So that's why we have a event here, so that we can reset this value back to 0. So that's what we did in BP box spawner, which was previously BP item spawner. So I guess we are done here. Let's jump into next phase, uh, which is our shelf. Now we have our master box, we have our master item. Now how we will, let's say we have picked the item from here, the spawner spawned the boxes, we have picked. Now in the shelf, how will we place them? To place, we of course need another actor. Either it's up to you, you can add this entire shelf to a blueprint actor, or what you can do is what I did. So see what I did. So let's get back to our products. Let's create a folder named shelf. There you will need to create a blueprint class actor. And remember, for both master item and master box, those are actor class, not character, not anything else. So we have created this BP shelf stack. First thing first, here you will be needed this thing, which is this box collision. Then you will be needed these slots. So first thing, this is a box collision which I gave name. If you want to rename, you can write like slots collision to prevent confusion in your coding. Then we will take scene components. So go for scene component. So this one is actually the scene component. We don't need scene component compound, scene capture component or scene capture component cube. We need this one. So just select. Once you select, you will get components like this. Now you can have the question that why these are in different positions. You can see because slot 1 is the first one we have called. Now you can see everyone has different position. Now you can see how we will define that how we got this position. So to got this position, what we will do is we will go back to our products, our items, then just drag and drop your item here. You see you got an item. Then here again, you can here also you can drag. So this way you can drag your items, and based on your requirement, you can fill every slots, and then you can adjust their positions. So let's say after placing this, I don't want my first item to be spawned here, I want it to be spawned here, so I can change the position. So that's what I did here. So after your position part set, after your positioning set, you can remove this, so that if we don't remove, what will happen, I am showing in the map. When we come here, you can see already items are placed. We don't want that. We want our item to be dynamically filled by our boxes. So once you are done with all the scene components placement, you can see the values. So once you are done, you can delete those actors we tested the position with. Now another thing is here, uh, in our shelf there is no limitation, so you don't have to I have taken 9 slots, or sorry 10 slots. You can sorry 9 slots, because this is slot 1. So you can see from 1 to 9 we have 9 slots. Now it is my choice that I have 9 slot in my shelf. It is not mandatory for you guys. If you want, you can make even 15, 20, as many slots you want. But before making slots, before thinking that how many slots you will have, make sure you set the rotation, the scale of this box collision. Else, what will happen now if I change its scale, it will also change the scale of all these slots, which we don't want. So before placing slots or scene components, make sure you already resize this part. Now how will you resize this? Once you place your shelf here in those static meshes, once you place this shelf, you can see that how much spots are remaining. So based on these, you can also, here you can set the scale, then you can see what the scale you have taken here. So you got your scale, you can copy your scale from here like this, copy. After copying, what I am doing is just simply going here and here I am just pasting. So you can do like this. So once you do that, but of course for doing this particular method, your by default slot collision value need to be 1, so that when you change in the map, that value and this value can be equal. Else if you can see my value is not equal to what we have in the shell. So if now I copy the scale from there to here, it will change again my slots value, so which we don't want. So or let's assume we don't have any scene component yet, but if I place this, it will change my this scale to that scale. So to prevent those confusions, make sure before placing scene components to your BP shelf stacks, you do these steps. After that, let's go to event graph. We need this particular array called slots array. This will be scene component. Let me declare one more. Damn, it's hard to teach beginners. Let's say I'm just giving anything test array because I'm just showing. So scene component, and here scene component, this one, you will take the object reference. Once you take the object reference, you will need to be turn this to array. So this way we are getting this slots array. So one thing cleared. Then what will be needed? We need two more things here. One will be is occupied, or you can give any name you want. The work of this boolean is we are checking if each of these slots we have are filled already with product or not. So this boolean also will be array. So take that. Then we need shelf items, which will be actor reference and array. So you'll be needed these three arrays. Then let's come to even begin play. First thing is drag these, set. I'm doing side by side so that you can see what I did. So make array. So you got your array. After that, just see how many slots you have. We have 9. So the calculation will be from 0 to 8. So just take 8 slots and just connect this here. So what this is actually doing is, at the beginning we are telling our game that all the slots of this shelf, individual shelf, because you can see in our game we have 1, 2, 3 shelves already placed here, and in the whole map you can have multiple shelves, like 100 shelves if you want. So for that purpose, we are telling that for each individual, we are talking about each individual shelf stacks actor, the slots are empty, so it's false. Then drag each of your slots. So I'm just showing as a demo. So drag every slots you have. So after dragging them, what you will do is make array. So you will do like this. Then for all your slots, as we have 9 slots, we will again take from 0 to 8. So 0 to 8 means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then drag all your slots and just connect them. Just connect them. And after you connected everything, then you will drag this scene component array and connect this. So that's what we did here. So our begin play, what I did, I explained from scratch. Now for the event tick, let's keep this for later uses because I will show you what are the use of this. But yeah, of course, you can also learn right now. It's not a big deal. What we did here is from the array, we have taken for each loop. This time we don't need for loop. We need for each loop. Then connected the node. After that, when completed, so what it is checking that for all the slots of this boolean, because we already made the array, you see, we already have made the array. So for all the slots, we are checking if the slot is empty. So if that slot is empty, uh, I mean, so if the slots are empty, what it will do is it will first check all the slots because we have running the loop for, I mean, how many indexes we have here. So by default it's 0, but when the game start it will be 9. So 9 time it will run and it will see if all the slots of that shelf is filled or not. If it's not filled, means completed, our checking is done, then what it will do is using the print string, then take the append node. So let me show, because as I said, there are a few complete beginners in our channel who don't understand how to write things properly. So we need to take care of them, of course. We can't skip them behind. So first thing is at the C, I am writing is empty. Uh, the shelf is empty actually. So my purpose here is first take self so that we can take the reference of this particular actor, then connect this. So what my purpose is, it will give you print string that this, let's say shelf 0 is empty, please fill with products. So that's what we actually did here. So here to make things more precise, let's give a thing. So please fill with products. So that's our purpose. And now it is actually for checking. Now in this spot you can also use widget text, so that in your actual game what will happen that this particular thing will tell at the beginning of your game to the user that your this particular shelf is empty, go and fill this with product, so that I mean your all shelf remains filled. And if any shelf in later stages when customer will check out, if the products has been checked out, I mean picked from there, so eventually at some point the shelf will be empty, right? So when the shelf will be empty, it will again tell you that that shelf is empty, go and fill this shelf. So for this purpose you can use this part. I have just used the print string. In your case, you can use also widget if you want. So for now, this is our event graph. But how we will place the items to our shelves? To do that, we will be needed to create a function from here, which we gave the name is place item. So this is our place item function. I hope you already know from episode 3 what we did here, how it looked like. But again, for beginners, I am showing. So first thing, well, we needed a BP master item input. So I gave the name item class. This time we need actually item. We don't need boxes because we will fill our slots with items. So this one we will take again an array of scene components and you can give any name you want. I gave section array. So after that, what we are doing is let's understand step by step. Now this thing you will get confused that why we use this instead of this we can directly connect this. Yeah, you can do, but I have shown you actually multiple techniques. So let's assume you don't want your you don't want to be make individual things. Okay, let's skip this because whatever I am showing I am assuming you guys will follow the same. So let's not make you guys worried. So let's bring that here and connect. So right now it will look like this. So one code for one actor, shelf actor. So now what we did is first from the section array we will take for each loop. So we have taken the for each loop. Then what will be needed? Will be needed this one. Will be needed this and will be taken get copy. Will be taken this reference. Now after that what we are doing is we'll sorry, I pressed the wrong button. You can press keyboard B for branch or you can write branch, it's up to you. So I'm connecting and this one. So here first understand what we did so far. Occupied we take a copy and then we attach in the branch. So the index array index, we are taking the array index of these. So what here we are checking actually for each slot. So this is actually slot index. It is checking for each slot if that slot is occupied, already filled. Then what? So if it's already filled, then you will do nothing. You can see above I did nothing. If it's not filled, then spawn actor from class, divide this. After that we will call this item class from here to here. I'm just making sure that yeah, due to new code our old code don't get broken. So here we got this. So our item class are coming from let me zoom out so that you can see properly. Our item class are coming from our input. Then here what we will do, so for each slot we are taking get world location to ensure that we are spawning our item classes in the exact spot of our scene components position, exact location in the world, not here actually, in the world. So in world we are placing, so the items get spawned here. We don't need to worry about the rotation, but if you want you can also work with the rotation if it's matter to you. After that our spawning is done. Then what we are doing, drag this part, this is our actor, and place add. Then we are connecting this here. Now what it is doing actually, the item we have spawned here, it is returning an actor reference, right? Sorry for the interruption. Anyway, so what we were doing is it will return actor as return value. So we need this actor to be stored in our this array. This is our actor reference array. What is the purpose of storing? When we are trying to remove, okay, understand this way. When a customer go to your visit your store, they will roam around, which you saw in episode 5. Again I will show how I made that. So when they are roaming around and come to the counter, in last episode we have seen that items are popping in the counter box, right? So here we did some changes. So this is actually the advanced version or the updated version of episode 5 also, this episode you can count. So here we did some changes. So what changes I will show you. So what is happening earlier, I got the I mean complaint from you guys that when the items are spawning in the counter box, they are not removing from the shelves in proper order. Means maybe item 1 is filling the entire box, or item 1 and 2 is filling the entire box. Item 1 is not even in your shelf, but you can see in the counter box that item 1 spawned. Because in our previous episode what we did is actually the duplication or of this shelf code we did. So that's why our counter box was not spawning item from our shelf, but it was spawning item individual, I mean from a separate coding. So it is item spawning item from not from shelf, just understand like this, that not from shelf. That's why the item, even if not in the shelf, you can see in your counter box. So that's, of course, we don't want our game to be like this, else it will look odd. So earlier what we did is in the counter box, random item will be spawning and random item will be removing from your shelf. So that's actually a wrong approach. Pardon me for last episode because I didn't notice that I made this mistake. So in this episode also we will solve that part. Anyway, so just for now understand that we are taking references of the spawned item which we spawned in our shelf in these slots inside this array, so that from this array we can remove those items or transfer those items, those actors I'm talking about, which we spawned in these slots. Like, for example, when we are picking the box and we are going to the shelf and just pressing the button to place items, what it will do is, let's say it is filling like this. So you can see this is an actor we spawned in this slot. Now how we will remove this actor, or we will shift this actor position if we want. So for that purpose what we are doing is, we are those actors we spawned here, because right now I just showed manually, but in game we are doing this dynamically. So the actors we spawned here, we are actually storing inside this array, so that even if I say that for all if I call a for loop and I say that for all the indexes remove all the actors clear, or even if I just write like this clear, it will clear all the items we spawned in our shelf. So for that purpose we are using these. So let's remove this code. This one is very interesting. I forgot to show in my scratch code, so I'm showing right now. So this one, what is doing? What it is doing is, we are here checking that if we have, I mean the slot we are trying to spawn the item, if that is occupied or not. If not, then do things, right? I mean, after placing in any code, if you see that if a variable we are checking that if it's false, then do that. Of course, we need to make it true somewhere, right? So to make this thing true, we are following this step. So as you see what is happening. If our slot is, I mean, the slot is already occupied, then do nothing. If the slot is not occupied, then spawn the item to that slot, then add the item, the actor we spawn, the item we spawn to this array. After that, from here, set array item. After that, from here, that particular array index, means the slot we just placed item, turn that to true, means that item is now occupied. That's what we did here, means the item is now occupied. So we can't, even second time we try to place item on the same slot, we can't place item there until it is false again. That's what we did here. So this is our shelf code. You can see that no other thing I have written. So this is our shelf stacks code. Now, of course, we need to place item somewhere, right? Because we now have, let's say we have our master box, master item. Now we have, let's say, pick the box. Then how we will come and place. So, for example, if I show you live, you can see that at the beginning, you can see in the left side of the screen that all shelves are empty. Those print string we gave in the shelf, that if a particular shelf is empty, show us these messages. So you can see we come here, interrupt. Let's say we are ordering an item, then we are doing this. So we are coming here, we are picking the item. So now understand, we have picked the item, right? We have picked the item. Now how we pick the item, I am showing just in few moments. Now we pick the item. Now how we will just place it here if we don't, how we will place here. So to place that or to pick the item, so that's what is happening. So you can see, now you can see that the items we had inside the box is filling this particular 9 slots. You can see all the 9 slots are filled. So to do this, now as this shelf part is causing us issue, so let's just turn this off, because I just showed you what is the need of this. But in particular this episode or in our series, you can connect. I'm just disconnecting because my purpose to show you guys what is the use has been served. So I don't need this anymore, because when the game starts you can see that left side is filled, so it is hard for you guys to see what okay, so it is hard to see what is happening in the left side of the screen. So let's now come to our third person player. Now first thing we need is, let's say for example in the game we have our product. Let's just assume that our product has been spawned in the game. Now how will my character pick this thing, right? So first thing first, so this is actually pickup item. So here what we did is pickup item. First we have a branch with a variable called is holding box. So declare a variable here, is holding box. What we are using this for, to check if we have any item, or if any box in our hand or not. If we don't have any box in our hand, then we will move forward. First thing is box remaining. This is the box remaining variable. So you can declare first. What are the use of this? It is the checker. By this we will check that how many box has been spawned, if we have picked all the boxes or not. So when the box is okay, so to explain this I need to show you guys one thing here, else it will be confusing for you guys. In the order page, I guess no, not in the order page. This thing is inside widget components. So this thing is here. So once we press the order button, you can see I have explained all these in episode 4. So I mean from very I mean properly I have explained, so I am assuming you guys know what is going on. If you still don't know, go and check out episode 4. And also you will notice in this video we don't have any background music because few of you guys complained that due to the music you guys don't hear or don't listen to me carefully, don't hear my voice properly. So that's why I removed the voice. So in episode 4 also there is no background voice and background music, so you can understand what I explained, I guess. So this is the order button. You can see once we press the order button, first thing it is checking order pending to pick or not. I have already explained in episode 4, again telling, again saying actually. So if you missed, you can go and check out. So I'm just showing what is the work of this box remaining. So when we order the box, what it is checking that it is store currency and product type. It is checking that if order pending, I mean already we spawned box but we didn't picked and cleared all the area. I mean all the box we didn't picked yet. So if that is the case, then nothing will happen. But if the no box is spawned already, then we are checking that if this is this, then if the store currency is greater than product price, means if we can purchase the product or not. If we can purchase, then from the store currency it is subtracting the product price, and then if it's true the store currency will be the deducted value. Then we are calling get actor of class. Now as we have only one box spawner, that's why I gave this. If you have multiple box spawner, you can use get all actor of class. So here you will see product quantity boxes, a variable we have, which we are doing here. So product quantity boxes are actually we are using this. Here you can see the quantity. So this is the product quantity boxes, first 0, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, based on how many you have decided to order. For our tutorial series, I have put the limitation that you can place only 5. You can see the clamp, so you can place only 5 and you can remove up to 0. So that's the clamp. So that's the product count. So once we decide, we come here, we select, we press add box button. So 1, 2, 3. So just assume like we have selected 3 boxes and we placed on the order button. So what will happen, the product, you will see the based on this calculation, 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3. So based on, I mean plus 1 actually, 0 plus 1, 1, 1 plus 1. So based on this, the product count will be 3 boxes and it will update the info. So here our product, where it is, yeah, here our product quantity boxes actually value is now 3. So that's the work of this box remaining to tell here in our player character, I mean player, that box remaining that we have spawned 3 boxes. Now we need to pick 3 boxes until, I mean, before we can place order again. So for that purposes, we have this box remaining. I guess explanation is done. After that, come here again. So first time when we pick, what will happen? So we have the box remaining 3 now. So don't judge with this value because we are assigning from there. So the value is 3. So 3 minus 1, and we are using a clamp so that our value don't go higher or lower unintentionally. So the first thing, 3 minus 1 is the value 2 set here. So now we have already picked the box. So understand, like we have already picked the box and we set the value to this to 2. We can also do this. Anyway, this thing is working. So what I was thinking, like this is not the right place actually to set this thing. The set value should be somewhere here, I mean once we pick. But as this particular, if the holding box is false, so the picking thing is happening. So we can actually keep it here, or the perfect position for this is actually casting holding box. Yeah, here. The perfect position for this is actually here. So when we are holding the box, then we are removing from the box remaining. So we can, what we can do is we can drag this here, and to keep things clean, let's do this to keep things clean, and this one is here. So now that's, now our code looks perfect. Now to make things look beautiful, we can just drag this here. So now understand what we have done. I mean, there are multiple codes. I don't find any logic to again show you guys scratch, I mean, like doing branch. So I am understanding, if you are following a simulator tutorial series, you have at least basic knowledge of Unreal Engine. If you don't have, then stop watching the tutorial series, go back, complete your beginner course, then come back and see. That will be helpful for you guys, because beginner knowledge is must needed for this course, else you won't understand. So that's why I'm not explaining each of the node, that what is branch, what is line trace, why. You got the point, I guess. Anyway, so for the line trace, if we are not holding any box, for the line trace we are taking our follow camera. From there we are taking its get world location. I mean, this in the world, we are taking the world location, and we are taking the world rotation. From that we are calling the get forward vector. If you have made any shooting game or projectile through events in past, you know what the work of line trace. So after that, here we need a radius, we need a range, that how far our camera to line trace should happen. So that's the purpose of this accepted range of for box interaction. So I gave it to 500. So from my camera to the ground, it will go, I mean, from the camera to 500 float distance, it will go for the line trace. You can even increase or decrease the value and experiment that how things work. Visibility will be our trace channel. And when you are doing this, what you need to do, again, go to your product boxes, master item, here, go to collision, and ensure that either you have block all dynamics so that your visibility get blocked, or you can go to custom and set your visibility block, because until your visibility is blocked, you can't actually pick, I mean, your line trace won't trace anything. So that's the case. So after that we are just out hit, we are breaking this out hit. Then from the heat actor, we are casting to master box to ensure that we hit actually the master box. Or I mean, we hit everything, but only work for master box. If we hit any other things like shelf, like item, like anything, it won't work. So casting, and yeah, you can just simply then reduce this. So after that, what we are doing this, now we can pick, we already picked our box in our hand, right? So to do that, we are setting this is holding box to true, so that our game knows that we already picked our box. I mean, we already picked our box. So once we picked our box, now of course here we, I mean, so far we skipped something which I will show you that what we skipped. But first understand this part, I will show you. So here, this particular master box we hit, we are promoting it to this current box, BP master box type actor reference. So this will be our current box which we overlapped. So this, so here you can see that from box remaining we are deducting one, I mean the code I already explained. After that, this current box we have taken. Now this part we will explain, I will explain now. So this is the interesting part, because so far you have seen that we haven't made anything how we are picking our box in our hand or in anything. So first thing first, go here, open this, and after you open, go to the skeleton, and once your skeleton is loaded, then here you can decide wherever you want to make your skeletons socket, so that your box can be hold. Now if you are using animation in your game, then what you can do is, based on your animation, you can set into your hands position the socket. Or if you are not using animation, like me, if you are just trying to show that okay, the item has been picked and we are just moving, so here in spine 4 I have this defined add socket. This one the socket, if you can reposition based on your need. Even if you want, you can add preset, go to box, and you should find this cardboard box. So based on the static mesh, you can set your this particular socket's location. So that's what we did here. So now we have our socket, and here for the arrow, for in your mesh now, then take a arrow, and after take you can take arrow, you can take scene component, whatever you want. I found arrow a very simple thing to work with, so just select your mesh, take this arrow, and for this arrow, go here and select your socket. So in my case, hold box is the socket, so I take that. Now for the holding thing, first thing, get item class from the box, because we have overlapped with the box, not the item classes. So from the box, how we will get the item class. So here you can see, okay, so for the shelf we need again one more thing, because you will see that in our boxes we have these okay, sorry, not in the box, in our items we have this item, class item 1 or class item 2, class item 3, but you will see that we haven't set this value anywhere. Now where to do that? That's where we have declared these two things. First you need to create, go to blueprint, then blueprint, then select the structure. Once you select this, give it a name. In my case I gave s box item. So s box item is my structure box item, where the box class I am setting from the class reference of master box type. The item class I am setting from master item type, a class reference. So you can take, if you don't understand how to take, just click here, it will give you a variable. If you don't need, just press delete. So that's how we do this. And then you need to create this dt box item. Now wait a minute. So how to do that? Go to your misc, find the data table, then look for your structure box item. Once you select that, press ok. You will create a data table using that. So that's how we created this dt box type. Now once you create, let me show you beginner friendly thing. So I'm hoping beginners you are taking note, so that you don't uh, next time you don't request that okay, we missed, we didn't understood, because this revision class is actually to help you guys. So anyway, I'm just giving a name just to show you. So by default it will look like this. After that, what you will need to do is press on add buttons, so this way you can get these slots. So I'm just removing this. So this way, once I take, you will see that I am getting these particular things. Now I don't need. So first thing first, you will get, like I already showed that what you will see. You will see like this. Now based on our data table, now it's up to you. So here first thing, row name, you can rename to any name you want, so you can rename. And also this one you can rename, this will be static, this part also. Okay, here you are getting the items from the here. So for once you create add, so you will get like this. Let's say rename to beginner, just for example. So here the box item class, let's say for BP box 1. So in box 1 we are assigning that you will spawn BP item 1. So that's how you make these slots. So as I showed that, that's how I have made these three. So box, we have three boxes, three items, so that's why we have this. Okay, so that's the work of our data table. Now here in box master, what we are doing is, okay, so what we are doing is, from our box item data table, now how we created, I explained earlier, I am still explaining. Just take a array a variable here, give it any name you want, then go for data table. You will get the object reference, then just compile. Here you place your data table. So in our case, box item is our data table. So that's how you will create this variable. Pretty simple thing. So this is our box data table and box item we have seen. Now from here you will search for get data table. Which one I take? Get a table row name. So get data table row names, and you will find this. So as we have multiple rows, it will be array. If we have only one row, it will be single object. From here you will, for each loop, I already showed how to call for each loop from array. Just, and make sure you don't do like this. Don't do like this, that right click, write and take. No, not like this. From array, drag and write this. Else the for each loop won't work for your array. It will work for, I mean, individually. So we don't want like this. Like, let's say, let me show. If I take what is happening, you see, if I connect, now if I promote, you see, so you can do like this. So it has a high chance, the second method I showed, it has sometimes high chances that it is not taking data from your array. So that's why the best option is drag from here and do whatever you want. So from here, from the array, from here we are again searching for get data table, sorry, get data table row, this one, get data table row, so that we can assign this row name we are getting from here to here. And from here the data table already connected. From here we are breaking this so that we can get our that structure we created earlier, which is connected with the data table. We can get for this, I mean, this is single, this is for single row. You can see this is not for whole array. So even if you have 1,000 items in your data table, it will work for only one based on loop. Means from 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, it will, the loop will work like this. So from here we are checking if the box item class is equal to the box, current box we got, or the box master we got. Okay, so from here I guess I forgot to mention that here you will be needed an input for a actor reference, oh sorry, object reference of BP master box, and the class reference of BP master BP item type will be your output. So here we are checking the box master, if it's equal to the box item class, then what will happen, the item class for this particular box will be assigned here as the master item. So that's what we are doing here. So if again I'm talking about the beginners, so don't get offended if you don't understand. Let me explain you again what is happening. First, understand get item class from the box. So the box we have line traced, from that we are First, we are taking our data table variable. From here, we are calling get data table row names. From the for each loop, for the array, we are taking the for each loop. From there, we are calling this get data table row. From here, we are breaking. So if row found, if not found, you can set a print string or error message. So if found, then only we are checking that if this actor reference, so you can drag so that you can understand what is happening. So you can see, so here we are just connecting that if our line trace box is equals to this box class, this box class, and that item class is same, then what will happen, this item class for we set for this box class will be assigned to the master item. So that's what we did here. Now this one we are promoting to the item class. You can promote to a variable, and you can give any name. We are promoting to here. Then from the current box we have some things. First thing, the current box means the box we overlapped with the line trace. We are assigning to the box master, so that in our this particular calculation our current box can be checked. Then from here we are calling the mesh. Again, from the current box we are calling the box mesh. We are making its collision to be no collision, so that when we pick the box, our box don't actually get overlap to anything, so it is no collision. After that, what we are doing is we are dragging this whole box array, which is the position where our box will be held. Now I already explained, if you are using animation, you can use that in your hand exact position, your socket. So there you can set this arrow. In my case, I am not using any animation, so I am setting this thing. So from here, call for, okay, so not from here, from the current box, call from attach actor to component. So this is our arrow component. You can see arrow component object reference. So this will be our parent, target will be our actor. So the actor is the current box we just got. So this will be attached. Then for the relative location and rotation, for the root component, what we are doing here is we are setting some values, because if you set it to 0 0, you can experiment what will happen. So first you understand the value we assigned here. After that you can decide to set to 0 0 if you want to check that what will happen if the value is 0. So that's why I just gave, because earlier when we picked the box was not actually in the exact middle position of our hand or our body. So that's why I have set some rotation or values, so that it looks actually in the game that it is in the exact position how we want it. So that's the code for our entire pick up item, how we are picking up. Now you can use item. I have used actual input action. If you don't want, you can just do like this. What in our case, left mouse button is our thing, so just set that and drag and place your thing. So in our case, item interact, place item is box hold, that is the name of our function. Oh sorry, not interact, it will be this one, place peak item, sorry, my bad. I'm not sure why I gave this name. This the name is actually wrong. So this will be actually peak item. Now if we go and check to IMC default, peak item is left mouse button. Yeah. So this will be actually our peak item. Accidentally I make it wrong name. Okay, I don't have a refresh option, so I need to call it again. Not like this. I pick item, so this one. So after that remove this. So I'm showing you how to do this, then that's it. So the same way you can also declare your IA interact, or if you are damn I mean, you can also, when you are declaring, you can like this is pick item, you can say like place item, it's up to you. So that's what we did. Our stuffs are done. Now let's work on our place item. So in the place item again, we are taking a line trace. So if holding box is true this time, you will see here we are checking if false, because if not picked, but here if we have item in hand, then from follow camera again, this is this except radius, you can set. Here the line trace is same, so I set that. See if true, then what we are doing is if true, then from here we this time the same code, similar code, but instead of master box we are casting to the shelf stack. So this one is our shelf. So if we hit our shelf, then we will promote this to our, you can also instead of this you can write current shelf stacks, to just to make things exact similar like what we did in here. So this is our current shelf stack. Now we are checking if the hit component equal to current shelf stacks slot component. So that's why we had the slot collision. You will remember if I go back again, if I go back again, and here you remember we have this. So that's why this time we are checking that if the component, if actor is the shelf, if the hit component is the slot collision, then it will check that if, now this is the branch for this, if we hit, then it will check from here if the spot occupied, all spot, I mean all slots are occupied or not, I mean already filled or not. If not filled, then what it will do, then it will again get item class from box, the similar code. So okay, that's the same code. So the same class we are calling. So here the current box we are assigning the master item, we are calling from here to the place item. So from here the current shelf is the shelf we slot, I mean we, what to say, we collided with line trace, overlapped with line trace. So there from here go search for get slots array. Now I am sure you know what is slots array, as I explained. From here just connect this to the section array so that this function know that where what I mean where to place the items, and the item class will be the item class will be this particular class we got from the box. So what it is doing here actually, first thing in the place, it is for the all the slots of the slots array, all the indexes of the slots array, what it is doing is it is filling with the item class we got in the current box. It is filling with the all the items with the current box. So that's what is doing. Okay, so after placing item, what we are doing is the holding box we are turning into false, because we already placed our items to the shelf. So after that, the current box we have in hand, we will destroy that, because we will again do the same steps here and add current box, so that we can do. And also for safety you can do one thing, that is current box destroy the actor you destroyed, after that turn it to empty, so that remains actually, I mean it remains better for you guys. So that's the whole place and pick item coding we did here. So after that again just drag the interact, I mean this is will be the place item to the place item, pick item to the pick item, and your control will work. Then we have one more thing here, which is can open door. Now this can open door is if it's false, then open door. If it's true, then close door. Now this variable we kept so that we can use in later stages, or you guys can use, because if you can have a condition in your game like if our share, I mean if it's, let's say for example, late night, then if your door is closed or you closed your door, you can't open that anymore because night time, so everyone go to sleep. So that's the case. Or if you don't have any product in your shop, you can you can set up a function that it will automatically close your door and turn a shop closed poster for the customers. So these are the things you can do. But for here, what we are doing, we are using this scan door for our customer AI right now, because in your games, in your what to say, in any simulator games, you will see that when our door is closed, when our shop is closed, no customer actually come to our shop, no matter what happens, even if we have multiple items in our store or not, etc., etc. So if only our door is open or our shop is open, then only AI comes. So for that purpose we had that can open variable. So that's it. Now we have already covered our episode 3. Let's go to episode 5. Here I have created few things. This is a blueprint actor called BP counter box. Now how I've done the code, I will explain later. For now, this is just a box static mesh. You can get any mesh you want, you can rescale, and same instruction like shelf, that first you set your shelves length or scale, then assign the slots, else it will be tough for you guys to do some, I mean it will be tough. So what is happening here is let's give it a bit more scale. So don't do like this, but of course if you do, you also have a system how it won't affect your slots. But anyway, let's not do that. So I just put the default value I had earlier, so you can set up like you want. So this one we need, and after that again the slots method I already explained in shelf, that this way you see that how your items are spawning, and after spawning how it will be look like. So you do like this. So the counter box we need this, again this slots array, scene component array we had in shelf, you need to create again one here also. Same thing is occupied. Spawn product is like our, I mean just actor reference array, and this one I will explain later. So this is our counter box. So for the counter box, where to put this? So the counter box, if you see, it is in the counter. So first thing before we jump, let's make our BP counter. So the BP counter is the trigger box which will tell your game that a customer has reached the counter. So for that we have a trigger. So this is our trigger. For now just understand that we have a box collision here. Coding part we will see. So the first thing first, let's get back to counter box again. Now what is happening? So what is happening here, first thing first, okay, before doing this the best option is to discuss the AI part. So this is our BP customer AI. To get this, just go to blueprint class character and declare one, and you will get your BP customer AI. So once you get that open, you can see parent class is customer character. Then in the mesh, just set your mannequin and this. These parts I already explained, so I am not explaining again. In the begin play, just your customer paths, the customer path stuffs also I explained in last episode. So just a quick recap, that here in the game we have customer paths. So you can see that these are our customer paths. If I click, this is customer path 6, this may be customer path 5. Yeah, so this way if you see that we have our customer path coming just, this is our customer spawner. I will also explain how we made that. So from here, uh, this is our customer path 1, 0. So from here we are getting these customer paths coming to our shop, and customer entered the shop, then just roam around, see the stalls, then again roam around, and then come to the counter. So this is the actual thing we did here. Okay, remove this part. Okay, so here, so for all the customer path we have in our map, from here for each we are adding customer path. So we are adding the customer path. You can see we have added inside array, which is the BP customer path actor type, and it is array. Now, unless we create this particular actor class, how will we get that, right? So here just take the arrow, nothing else. So that's it. Here nothing else. So this is just actor to tell our customers where to go, where not, or which path to follow. So that's it. Here you will see nothing else. But here we are taking our customer AI controller. Now to get that, this parts I actually explain. I'm not sure why I'm doing this again. So here the customer AI controller, then take this and give it the name, then open this, give it a behavior tree. Okay, so I'm let's cut some few things. I'm assuming that you understand these basic things, that how to create customer AI behavior tree, etc. I will explain only the task so that you can understand what's going on, or how to make your task so that customer actually come to your store following the same path you want. Here is the behavior tree. Just a quick recap, that first we have a selector, then we have a sequence, then we have task follow path. This is the task we are I will explain. So first thing first, take event receive execute AI. This one, event receive execute AI, the control pawn, promote it to variable because we will be needed this later stages. From here, cast to your BP customer AI, the master class, because for all the customers this will be followed. So that's it. So after that, promote it to a variable. So this is our BP customer AI. Check if this is valid. Then from here, customer path. So the customer path is that variable we have here. So the customer path we got, and wait this here. Then if it's valid, if it's not valid, then the finish execute will be not success. So we are connecting this, so that not success means again run the, again in next time when a behavior tree is trying to execute the task, it can go. So here the customer path take the length. If the length is greater than 0, means we have more than one customer path in our map. Then promote this to a variable customer path, branch true, then call this enter the shop. If false, then finish execute. Now what is this? Enter the shop is a custom event. So from here, customer path, get a copy, then the promote this to a variable called current path index. You can give any name. Then from the control pawn variable we took earlier, from there get the actor location, so that the actual actor, remember we are not taking actor location from our BP customer AI variable which we taken from the cast node, but we are not taking that. We are taking the control pawn so that it work for each AI controlled character. It can be this customer AI, it can be something else, it's up to you. Even if you want, you can have multiple parent class of your customer AI. So it's up to you. Each one can be each individual behavior. So that's why we are taking from control pawn, actor location, AI move to actor location is the destination, pawn is the control pawn, and the accept radius is 5. If it's success means if we find the path and if we reached our first path, then we will wait 0.2 second. After that, if fail, then finish execute is false. After that, get the control pawn, set actor rotation, get the arrow of this customer path. Remember, that's why in the customer path here, that's why in the customer path we have this arrow. And to show you more show you more clearly, you see this arrow I set one of them in in random rotation how I wanted, so that when the customer from this node to this node reached, after that 0.2 second it will wait, and then it will rotate to this arrow direction. So it will give your game illusion, or actually not illusion, it's look like the same thing you will do in any simulator game. It will give your game a look that customer has visited, customer is coming. When they came near, came to the shelf, they will look at the shelf, so that you can also use animation if you want that they are picking items. Earlier they're picking a basket, then they're picking item from the thing, so you can do like this, right? How I'm showing. So you will see that we have a trigger in the open door, the main door. So when the main door, let me show this. This is important. So in the main door, this one I already explained. I don't explain that here. Open door do once, and this thing here, that the 0 to 1 is the value, and play from start, update the rotation. This is for door movement. And minus 90 plus 90 how I got, I also explained that based on my rotation. Here I rotated each door and then I got the value, and then I placed here, and the alpha will be the 0 to 1 which we have here. This part done. This part is for automatic door. If you want, you can use this. I don't want, so I didn't use that. So here we have a sequence in the overlap. If it overlap with the character, it will do something. If it overlap with customer AI, then it will enable a variable which we have inside customer AI called, and we have three variables. You can see customer path, we already explained. Reached counter, I will show in few minutes. Entered shop means the customer has entered the shop. So based on three variables, so enter shop, you can see this will tell the game that okay, customer has entered the shop. So you can also have another one called int, and you can again drag these, then you can other actor, and here you can set false. So when the customer entered the door, it will be true. When the customer exit the door, it will be false. But I discourage to use this one because it is working for this particular trigger. If begin and end, then it will create the confusion, because we want only check on begin, because he entered, it is done, right? But if we give the on end big overlap that it falls, that make no sense to our entire checking, that when customer entered and reach here, it will be again false for him, means he didn't enter the shop. So that's why you just use the begin overlap. So that's it here. Then enter shop we will see later. So based on the customer paths, arrow rotation, world rotation, our customer will now rotate. After that we will set timer by event, because we need another event. And here the timer is random float in range, because you don't want, if you want a specific time that I want my customer to wait every time 1 second when they reach a path point, customer path point, So then you can set, I mean, just here you can write without these, but I want always to be random. So I take random floating range. Then the minimum I promote it to minimum value. Maximum is the max value. You can also see the variables here, values here. So 0.02 to 1 is our timing. Yeah, is our timing. So we need another variable, another function, because we need to check what will happen when we reached a point. Because so far what we coded is just from beginning after spawning to the, I mean, reaching a point. After reaching the point, AI move to its success. What next? Here we need then this one. On end moving, you can give again any name you want. So the branch from customer AI, we are checking entered shop or not. If entered the shop, then using the sequence, what we are doing is using the sequence we are uh, this one. I guess it will be better if I pick here so that you guys can understand properly. So this calculation we are doing here. So wait time multiplier. First thing is minimum and maximum. We are individually we are multiplying with 2 or 3 or any value you want. So as the value can be changeable, so we are promoting it to wait time multiplier. You can see I am multiplying with 5. So when the customer entered the shop, the customer movement will be slow because he has entered the shop. He may need to look at the shelves, he may need to check things. So for that, again I'm saying that this is illusion, but I am showing you the path that how you can make things. Now if you want, when your customer entered the shop, he will directly go to the shelves that has items. Do experiment, man. I already taught you guys how to cover things. Do experiment, make that yourself. That will be a homework for you guys. That okay, make yourself. If you are following a course and you are just following what your mentor is watching and mentor is teaching, and then you are complaining or requesting that okay, I didn't understood, or this part you had didn't showed me yet, that's your failure, because your teacher won't show you all the paths. You need to learn something from yourself too. Teacher will tell you that on that particular chapter, on that particular topic, you need to revise, or this is your homework. So I am giving you the homework. If you want, you make yourself. And if you achieve, show me in a comment, or in Discord you can send me link. Or if you still attempted, then you fail, then come to me, then say that bro, I have tried, but I couldn't achieve the final result perfectly. Then maybe I can help you. But I don't help people who don't help themselves. That's my actually, what to say, motto. So anyway, so we are doing once if entered shop true. So here minimum and maximum wait time is like this. Wait time multiplier you already seen. So this is the true thing. Now as we have do once, you of course need to make it false, right? So to make the false node, let's go here. When it is false, now I am setting organized, but here you can see that I am dragging from here to here. So if player didn't enter the shop, then the value will be the default value we had earlier. So first thing is this one come here, this one come here. So the first thing is customer path index we declared here. Set this to here. So let's keep thing organized. So this thing is, first thing is we are checking that if customer reached counter or not. Now how reached counter we will see in the BP counter. For this customer AI purpose, just learn this. So here we are checking that if we reach counter. Okay, so here understand one thing, why we used two sequence node. Now Here we are doing once, making the calculation, that's good. But of course, again, now you can either drag from here to here, it's up to you, because we want our branch to be continued, right? So we, I mean, multiplied the wait time, but of course we want our rest of the event to work. That's why, to keep thing organized, I made the sequence. 0 is the multiply part. Then from 1, I am calling the branch so that it works. And also if didn't enter the shop, then also the false will go here. So here we have two nodes actually. If I move that, you will see we have two nodes. So that's what I did here. Now we again need a sequence here, because one thing is, if true we want to do something, but again we want to reset this. So if reached counter, we want to reset the wait time. So that's why I am using two sequence here. So again you see the code that how I did. So here let's come to the point. Now again, some beginners may, I mean, you guys can don't judge me wrong, because I'm trying to help. But of course, uh, as I said, that this is not beginner friendly tutorial series. If you are complete beginner, go and first learn how things work, then come and follow the series. So few beginner friendly things I will not show. But again, what I was trying to say, that you may complain or request that, okay, how you stopped showing scratch code. Already this video is 2 hours, so if I upload this, comment me that, if you I mean, all of you who are watching the video, just comment me how far you have seen the video, and from where you started, where you ended, and if you see the full video, because I want to know. I mean, if you guys are interested in 3 hours, 4 hours long episode or not, then I will try to upload fully scratched, what to say, fully scratched video for you guys. But as I need to cut video short, so what else I can do? That's why I do the code first, then I show you guys. But anyway, let's come. Let's not waste time. From customer path, then take the length is greater than, we all know how to do that. So if first thing first we are doing is, if false the counter, then the true node, I already said how the sequence 1 will go to 0 will go to the reset, 1 will go to here. So if we reach the counter, then after 7-second delay we are destroying the customer. Now here you can write anything you want. You can tell your customer that after 7 seconds, or from the checkout event, you can write your checkout codes. Then after checkout done, just leave the shop. For my tutorial series, I find that checkout done, we don't want to show the customer is going out from the shop, so just destroy the customer. So that's what I'm doing. So anyway, from the customer path index, so if we enter the shop, if we reach the counter, or if we don't reach the counter, then what will happen actually? Because if we reach the counter, we will stop there, we won't move anymore or follow any other checkpoint. But if we didn't reach the counter, then the current path index, which was 0, plus plus means we will turn that to 1. Then we will check if the value we have assigned to this current path index is bigger than the length of the customer path or not. If not bigger, then again call this enter the shop thing event, so that everything run like a loop, so that player can again means our customer path index size, length size or array size, let's say 5, but 0 plus 1 we have 1, so means we can go more. So that's why enter the shop. If we have reached 5 and greater than equals to 5, then set the current path index to 0 and enter the shop again, so that our customer can go back to our, what to say, last what where from where we started, so can get back to there again. So that's like a loop array, loop petrol path I'm showing you. And the whole thing I showed you, you can use this in simulator game. You can also use it in AI patrolling in any of your games, same code. So if you understand how I made this, you can apply to any game you want. This is task follow path. You can see all the variables. I already explained what is what. So let's move now to the BP counter. Sorry, let's move on the BP counter box first. Here we need first the slot thing. I already explained in the shelf. This I already explained. Event graph, you can see exact same like shelf is spot occupied, slot array exactly same, nothing else here. But to make our products coming from our shelf to our counter box, we need three functions. So let's make these three functions. First one we need is place product from shelves, and this is the updated version of our episode 5's what we did in episode 5 actually. This is the updated version, so everyone buckle up and you need to understand. So place product from shelf, we need few local variables. First one we need temp shelf array, which will be a bp shelf array, a reference of bp shelf actor reference and array. Then we need another array, and these are local variable, means these are only for this function, not for global variables like these. So another one we need combined shelf items. This is the actor reference and array. Another one we need, but this one I will show here. You don't need to declare at the very beginning. So just place this. Let's make from scratch this one, because else some confusions may remains to you guys. So clear at the beginning. Now what I am doing, clearing all the indexes already. If already have, then clear all the indexes from this array. After that, get all actor of class. So after that, get all actor of class, then take these, then set these, then connect this. Okay, why it is not connecting? That's strange. Oh, sorry, this is not connecting because I didn't wrote here BP shelf stacks. My bad. So now the return will be assigned here. So now connect these. Now from these for each. So this way, I'm just dragging this. So from this you can see I'm just doing, and from here you need to promote it to a variable. So promote it to the variable as I already declared. I am promoted. So this one is my shelf ref, and you will drag from here, promote to a variable, not this one, local variable. So this one is this. Then from here call shelf items, get shelf items, and for each loop. So for each shelf, what we are doing here, understand, first here we are taking all the shelf we have in the map, assigning that to a local variable. Then we are, for each shelf, we are promoting that to our shelf reference, and for each shelf we are calling its shelf items. Now what is shelf items? If you missed, here all the actors we spawned, we added to an array, remember? So this is the shelf item. So here shelf item we have taken. Now let's drag our main, what to say, MVP, our main thing. So the combined shelf actor, same like we have shelf item in our, what to say, BP shelf stacks. Here we have combined shelf items. So here we will press add, so that the items we are getting we can add here. So for each shelf, for each item we are adding to here, means if one shelf has 5 items, then that will be added to here. So these will have 5 index now. So that's how we set. Then from here what we are doing is, mm, okay, so we are calling our slots array. Before that, from here we are taking length, because we of course need to check our length. Same like for loop I explained, we are subtracting with 1, then it will be a random integer in range, because we don't want exact same way how we made the shelf. In shelf we are filling with one type of item per box, but here we want our customer to pick random items they picked, and the items they picked, that will be in our counter box, so it will be random item. That's why we get a random integer in range. Also we are checking if is greater than 0, means if our this particular array has more than 0 element, only then from the slot array we are getting for each loop. So for each slot, so then only then for each slot we will add items. Now again I need to take them more down. Now again we need to check, same like our, what to say, guys, tell me. Okay, so same like our shelf, we are checking if it's occupied or not. So here we will have branch, we will connect this. Now if it's true, you can see if it's true, then we will again have a branch, and this time, okay, this branch is not this one, this branch is this one. So we will connect this. So if the value is greater than 0, then we will connect the false one. If the value is false, so then we will again drag from this set array element, and the false one we will connect. Array index will be this will be true, means if our slots array slot are not occupied, then we will add our items from our this one combined shelf item to here. And after doing this, we will okay, we will promote this to a variable which we will call pick item. So this is the actor variable, you can see, and I already did, you can see. So that's why I'm just showing. You need to promote it to variable. Okay, what happened? Okay, sorry, pick item is not that. Pick item was actually this one. From here we will take the get a copy. So here we are getting a copy, we are getting the item. Index will be this random index, and we will promote this to here. So this is our actor reference, and this is actually our scene component. That's why it was not happening now. Of course we need this to be added so that we can remove. So for that we need this. And again, before doing that, we have already set our this random value to picked item, so we already have a reference to another variable. So what we need to do is we need to remove this one. So from here we will call remove item, and the item we will remove from our shelf is this one. So this item will be removed now from our shelf, which we already placed, picked to place in our counter box. So after that, we need to remove the index also, so that only not the actor we remove, we also need to remove the index from our array, else our array will have that index which we don't want. And the index value I guess will be from the, okay, say that will be again from the random. So the random one. So what is happening once the slot is occupied, we are picking that random item to another variable so that we can place in our counter box. Then we are removing that item's reference from our combined shelf item. Also we are removing our index from the array. For that we are using the same random items value we got. Then what we need is from here, first thing first, we need to drag our picked item. We need to drag these. We need to drag set actor, okay, actor location. We need to set actor location. Okay, now this one is causing trouble. So that our picked item location come from our slot. So actually our picked item location we are setting from the slot. So understand this, we are getting the slot location, then we are telling our pick item that from shelf you go to here. So we are actually teleporting our item from here to here. I mean from our shelf to our counter box. So after doing that, we need to from here the spawn product we need to add so that we can add them. And here I guess I am, yeah, so the peak item I am adding here so that in later on I can remove that. So that's the whole code I already did and I'm sure you guys followed with me. So if you didn't followed, I'm removing this, I'm showing you the original one I coded. So check. So that's the code I did. Here you can see first we cleared, then get all actor of class, promoted it to a local variable, then for each loop, and then promoted it to another variable. For there we are calling the shelf, then for each we are adding this to the combined shelf. We are taking the slot array, taking the length is greater than 0, then this branch, here the loop, then the, I guess you already understood what I did. So just see what we are doing. So if the slots are occupied, then do nothing. If don't occupied, then the length check. If the length the random integer, and from the random integer get the index, and for the here get the slot index from here, and for make that slot occupied, random integer get the copy, set it to picked item, remove that from this array. Also remove the index from this random index so that we can remove that random product from the spawn product. So after that, removing pick item, set actor location, may get actor location from the slot. So for that slot, the item will be teleported. Then add the item here. So that's it. Then we need our purchase product which we had earlier, but we have many changes. You can see, remove all the spawning and etc. stuffs we had earlier, or you can remove everything. Just follow what I did. So for the spawn product, remember just here we take the spawn item we added. So from here for each index cast to between master item, so that from the master item we can check if it's valid, take the item unit price, accumulated cost. You already see in the last episode. So add with the cost, that will be accumulated cost, and if it's completed then set to the cost to here. So that's it. Very sweet and simple class now we have. And the clear purchase, again first it will check if the spawn product length is greater than 0. If only 0, then go spawn product for each, destroy the actor so that it destroy all the actors from the counter box. Once checkout done, once complete all the destroying, clear entire spawn product, then is spot occupied, set it to how we did in the begin play. So that's it for our counter box. And now let's go to the counter. So I'm removing unused things. Now let's go to counter, where if counter he overlap with the trigger overlap with customer AI set reached counter, so that customer wait on that position, don't go anywhere else. You saw in the task I explained. So explained. And then get actor, we have only one counter box in the game, so get actor. If you have multiple, you can get all actor of class for each, you can do that thing. So here get actor of class and call the place product from shelf, so that you need to understand this order. You can't reverse. You need to do exactly the same thing I did. So first you need to call place product from shelf, so that first from the shelf it check if any product, then it pick the product and take here. After that, add to the spawn products, else this won't work properly. So now we are assuming all thing happen, so we have product in our spawn product. So after that, purchase products placement you will call. So here the target, we already know target is this. So then from the accumulated price, wait 5 seconds, and that means the checkout done. And this part you can write however you want, you experiment for your game. So this part is actually the checkout event, so you can check out properly. So after that, just from the player get the store currency at this price here. Then after 5 second reset counter, call the clear purchase product we have inside counter box. So it will clear everything in the counter box, and then after adding, just set it to store currency. That's what we did in the counter box. Nothing more, nothing less. That's it. So I'm not sure what is the use of these. I guess I didn't use it anywhere. Uh, yeah, I guess I didn't use it. So anyway, I will remove this or just keep it, whatever it will do. So that's it. Now we need a customer spawner, right? Customer spawner, I guess I already showed. If not, see now. So here we made a customer spawner. So what is the work of customer spawner? Again, you will see we have a floor, we have an arrow, but this time I kept the arrow to 50 float higher, so that our character don't spawn here and half body remains above ground, half body remains underground. This you can count as a landscape. I explained in the last video, so just understand pretty quick. Even begin play third person player character, even check what we are doing. This first we are checking can open door. That's why we had can open door in our third person for door opening or closing, which we didn't had in our last episode. So if the door is open means the store is open actually. So you can also, for safety, if you want, you can also rename this to store open store, so that you can understand. But anyway, if it's a can open door is true, then do once call the start customer spawning this function. If it's false, then reset. Okay, so start customer spawning. Here we are set timer by event. Event is this one, time random float, minimum value and maximum value you can set once you place the customer spawner in your game. You can see once I placed, I have a option to set the value and also the customer class. Now how to do that? Here after promoting the variable, just enable this I button or instance editable, so that you can edit inside map. So that's what we did. So we have this. Now AI spawner is very simple. Take the arrow, world transform, take the location, and here you will notice we are using spawn AI from class. Understand this thing. This is spawn AI from class, not spawn actor from class. So there's a difference. So this is the one. This is the one we are using. So there's the difference. Now I already explained in last video that here The reason we are using spawn AI from class so that it start with the behavior tree. Else in spawn actor from class it won't work with behavior tree and your character will just stand on that position. You will suffer a lot. So that's why we did this, and then from the pawn class we promoted to variable again, turn on the instance editable so that if you want for your individual customer spawner, you can select that this particular spawner will actually spawn only this particular customer. You can also use array and randomly generate customer, everything you can do. That's it for the customer spawner, and that's it for the revision class of our episode 3 and episode 5. Now if I show you again, we started playing. Let me go. Come here. Okay, first press O to open the door. So now our shop is open so that customer can come. If I keep the door closed, you will see that no customer will come. Okay, this has nothing to do because you can only order once. Even if I press the order button, you can see I can do nothing. But anyway, so you can see only the first item ordered. So this part maybe we will solve later on. Now about the material outline, I will show in next episode how to do that. So here we are spawning items. Now let's go here again, come here. Now let's order chips. Now where are our customers? I'm not understanding why our customers are not spawning. I mean spawning. Let me check. Hello customers, where are you guys? Anyway, we will check what is happening. If any bug, we will fix in this episode. Don't worry. And also in next episode, I will try to make a solution for this part so that once you overlap with shelf, you can get the instruction that okay, now you can press the buttons to place items. Okay, so our door is open. I'm not sure why no customer yet. Yeah, that's why we need actually materials. So I will make the materials. What happened? Why there is no customer? Let me check what happened actually. What happened? Why is no customer? Spawner. Okay, customer has spawned. So it take time because we have 3 to 20 second random integer. So now you can see our customer has appeared, and you can see here he is moving very fast. Here is him moving very fast, and you can see that okay, he is coming, entered. And now as he entered the shop, now you will see he will move, he will wait long time. Now you see he is waiting. After each move he is waiting. See, so that's why we use the multiplier part. Now you see we have full stock of items in our store, and you will see once the customer check out what happens. So once the customer check out, see, and you see that the customer checked out and we have reduction in items. And after 7 seconds you can see our price has increased and our customer has left his place. Second customer appeared and you can see that he is coming. Okay, let's come to the customer, and you see our items are going from the shelf. So that's the stuff we updated our last episode's mistakes. Now we have our beautiful item stocking and item removing thing. So item will stock from, I mean reduce from our shelf. Now you see again customer appeared, and you see Now our items are reducing and customers are only uh, placing items which we have in our shelf. If we don't have any item, customer is not doing anything. You will see that only we have 4 or 5 items, and in the counter box there will be only those 5 items, even if we have 8 slots. You see, this customer shop for 4 items only. So you see, we got the amount of that 4 items. So now we have the perfect product stacking and product checkout part. So that's it. And now this customer when come, you will see only one item he will purchase, because only one item we have in our store, right? And you see, he purchased only one item, and that's it, done. And when you go, you will see next customer will see nothing. Now you have no items, because we don't have any item in our store, right? So what will this customer purchase from us? So that's it, guys, for our this particular revision class. Hope from beginner to expert, everyone who are watching my tutorial series understood what we did. In this episode, I tried to upgrade our previous mistakes, upgrade our solve our previous mistake and upgrade our code, so that previous errors you guys were facing not anymore in our current code. Now you saw that our item interaction is super smooth. Of course, in next episode I will try to show how we can make the outline material, and also I will try to show how we can make something we will make so that it give you what to say. It will tell you actually that how you can, you now can press the button to place your items or pick your items. So those stuffs will do. So if you have seen the video so far, thank you for watching. I hope my this episode cleared all your confusions related to previous episodes. If you like the video, then feel free to like. If you want to directly contact with me with any of your confusions or participate our surveys, request for any particular video, then join our Discord server. If you want to support the channel, then join our Patreon page. You can see the description I've written here in the Patreon page. And if you feel free to subscribe my channel, if you find my video useful, feel free to share with your friends. I will see you in the next episode. Till then, Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum.